Hey everybody, how's it going? I want to do a quick video, a video game related video, talking about what I consider an underrated game. If you will, the term that is we like to use, hidden gem. And I know that's an overused term, but I do actually think this game is a hidden gem. It's really, really good. Now, it's not mind blowing by any shape or form, but it's a very, very fun game. And that game, if you could tell by the title, of course, is The Haunted Mansion, Disney's Haunted Mansion, based on the ride property and the movie that came out in 2003. Certainly this game was released as like a tie-in, but this game is not related to that movie. That was a terrible film, and this game is not related. It takes place in the 1800s, and you play as this caretaker named Zeke, a guy who takes a caretaker job for a mansion. And as you can expect, the mansion is haunted. He gets trapped inside, and there you go. There's some creepy stuff going on. I won't spoil the game, but it's basically Luigi's Mansion. If you've played Luigi's Mansion, the setup is very similar. This is going to sound very similar to you, but it has its own character, and I've always found this very fun. And so basically, what you do is you go through the mansion and you go through various rooms, and your goal in each room is to find the light switch. You're in the dark. You have to find the light switch, and you also have ghosts coming at you, ghouls, various little creatures, enemies. And Zeke, basically, all he can do to defend himself is he has a lantern that shoots orbs, or like energy, if you will. You can lock onto the enemies and shoot at them. The game has a target switching system that actually works fairly well. It's not a combat focused game, it's more of a puzzle adventure game, but the combat is just fine. So in the earlier stages, it is pretty simple to get to the light switch. Like in the first level, you literally just walk down a hall, turn the light switch on. Most of the harder enemies disappear, the lights come on. And then where it really starts to get like Luigi's Mansion, you walk around, you look for pulsating furniture or items, and when you interact with it, little spirits, little souls fly away, and you suck them in like a vacuum cleaner into your lantern. And that's what you do. You go on to the next room. And the game is pretty linear. The rooms are gated by how many souls you have, though there are a few instances in the game where you have a choice of maybe one or two rooms to go to. And of course, they get progressively more complex. The puzzles involved in just getting to the light switch get more and more complex to the point where in some of the later areas of the game, some of the later rooms, I even struggled to quite figure out exactly what I was supposed to be even doing. Not in a confusing, complicated way, but just amping up the difficulty. The game also has a slight hint system in it. If you press right on the D-pad, at least on the GameCube version, Madame Leota, the woman in the crystal ball, she will give you a sort of cryptic clue as to what to do, but you really don't need that often. So it's a lot of fun. And the thing with this game is it leans heavier into the macabre aspect of things than the movie, of course, did, or even really the ride. It is kind of creepy at times. It never gets super scary. It's not a horror game. It's not trying to, be terrifying, but it has a lot of atmosphere to it. Exploring the mansion, it's creepy. There's some really good haunting piano music and sound design, and just a lot of good attention to detail. You save at grandfather clocks, and instead of 12, it says 13. And there's little Easter eggs hidden throughout, and just a lot of great touches. And it's just fun to go to these different rooms and explore and do these little different puzzles and try to, get to the light switch and turn on. And as you go through the game, because it's pretty linear, you upgrade your lantern with different gems so that as they start putting harder enemies into the pool, which they do, you have a little more firepower to deal with them. So that's a lot of fun. There's not too much more to say. Like, there's a little story there. It's not very important. It's just kind of to keep you playing. I really recommend this game. It's pretty short to play. I think it's like, I want to say maybe 6 or 7 hours. But if you know what you're doing and you know how to do all the puzzles, it can take 3 or 4 hours. And it's very fun to play. It's replayable. I play it maybe once a year. Definitely an October game. I'm weird, so I played it in May. But it felt like playing it. There's not much that hasn't really, held up well. The controls can be a little awkward at times. Like the jumping, it feels a little strange to do, maybe a little floaty, but there's not a ton of platforming elements where you need really hyper accurate jumps. Only a few sections where you need to be a little accurate. It's not really a platforming game. I really think everything's held up well. Like I mentioned, the lock-on switching works really well. You do occasionally get crowded by enemies and you can't really shoot them because you can't aim with your lantern. But it really is not about that, and it's a lot of fun to play. Graphically, it's held up very well. I think a lot of GameCube games at this point in time have held up well. This one has great graphics, like I said, great sound design, great atmosphere. It's fun. It's totally worth checking out. I highly recommend it. And if you want to buy a copy, I suspect this is a game that's probably pretty cheap. It's not like a real hidden gem, like I said. It's not very well known. So definitely check it out. Like I said, I played on Dolphin. I played where I play most of GameCube stuff, and it runs perfectly fine. And yeah, it's awesome. So check it out. I hope that was helpful to somebody. If you've ever played this, let me know. It's a lot of fun, and I don't think a lot of people know it. And I'll be back with something else. Peace out.